blood everywhere. Oh my gosh, blood was everywhere. I can't even believe this happened. I don't even know how it happened, but it happened. So hi, hola, hello, welcome and welcome back. I am EJ, the owner and creator behind EJ's Creations. I have an online store. I do in-person markets, and in today's video we're going to talk about the most recent market I had. It was my first market here in Oregon, so we're going to do a whole recap on that. And you know, did I or did I not have a profit? Was it successful? What did I learn from it? And let's catch you up on what I've been doing. So I have not been doing any market prepping. I've not made any new products. I am brainstorming though of new and different things to bring to the market, to my next market, whichever one that's going to be, because at the current moment I've been waitlisted to all of them. All the ones that I've signed up for. So April, May, June, July, there's nothing. I have nothing unless I sign up for a farmer's market and hope that they accept me. So what I plan to do is go to a couple of the farmer's market and see if there's anyone, see what's there, and then see if there's something different that I can provide and sell at that market. Because I already know that if I'm doing this, if I'm doing, like say for instance, if I take crochet plushies and there's already one there, they may put me on the wait list again, because that seems to be the reoccurring thing. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, crochet things, glassware, tumblers, anything in that, and jewelry is what I'm seeing, that if you have any of those items, they waitlist you. But you know, I have other handmade items, and I you know, market though, or when I sign up for markets, I provide pictures of the other things as well. But I still am waitlisted, so that's okay. We're just gonna have to pivot and figure out another alternative or options, or you know, figure this out. So farmers market seems like that might be an option for me, or I may have to venture out into Washington. I do see that there's a lot of markets there, and the only reason why I don't do them is because you know, it's in Washington. I have 3 pets. I have no one here to help me with them, and I can't just leave them alone, you know, and I can't take all 3 of them because sometimes the events don't allow you to take pets. So otherwise I would take the dog, because that's the one that I'm like most worried about. The rabbits, they're fine in their room, but I can't leave them like overnight by themselves. So that's a problem, you know, when you have pets and you don't have anyone around to help you out with them, that you can't go overnight to other places. So unless I do a smaller, unless I do events that you know, I take minimal products that can all fit in my car, and then my husband just stays behind, but he likes to just go and just make sure that I'm okay and helps me set up and stuff like that. So we'll see. There are some more like markets that I am looking into and trying to sign up for, but that's local to me and here in Oregon. But we'll see what happens. So I'm not planning on, I'm not gonna be like market prepping, you know, where like every day I'm doing market prepping. I am going to make new products where I add them to my website, and then if I have a market, then I'll take those with me. But I do like to do market exclusive products. But you know, if I don't have a market to go to, how can I do that, right? But let's see, what else do I want to catch you up on? I did list a lot of things on Faire, and I'm going to list some more. So if you're a small business and you're looking for some product, embroidered t-shirts or sweatshirts or handmade goods, my Faire, I'll try to get the link and link it below. I always forget when I'm editing, you guys, to do the you know, do all the things. So anyways, what I've been up to is, if you remember, if you recall, I was making this sweater, and this is as far as I got. I did get a little bit further than I was. So I'm crocheting this, but it's the same stitch over and over and over again. And so like for a million rows, you know, and so I'm like, I get bored. I get bored very easily, even though I will put this on when I'm watching like a movie or something, and I'll just kind of sit there and crochet, but I get bored of it. So plus it color changes, so I have to see, well, the yarn color changes, and I'm kind of like saying, oh, okay, well, I want this color to be next. So I'm kind of like monitoring how the colors go into the rows. If you could see, like right now I have like the lighter blue, the darker blue, and then this. And then it's going to change to this color here, but I don't know if I want that color there yet. Like, I don't know if I want that, or if I want to make that the top, and then, or I don't know yet. So that's why I kind of have to watch this one. And then the other project that I was starting, I never finished because I got stuck on the pattern. I was actually going to reach out to the person to see if there's like a tutorial out or what, because I feel like it cuts off. And I even looked at my PDF, you know, not the printout, because I printed it, but I looked at it online, and I was like, okay, well, where am I supposed to go from here? Like, I'm supposed to get to this point, but then what do I do with the rest of this? This is because it doesn't stay like that. So I'm kind of put that aside for now. And then I've just been sewing, you guys. So I'm going to kind of take you over to the sewing creative room. And we can kind of go and talk about what my plans are. And then we'll do the recap of the market that I just had. So let's head on over to the next room. So here's another crochet top that I just finished. Actually, I didn't just finish. I finished this in the end of 2024, right before I moved to Oregon. So this is actually, it's just a summer tee, and you seam it. And so that's what I needed to block it and then seam it. And that's what I did. I blocked it. And so now she's nice and blocked and dried. And then she has her little peephole up here at the top. And then the neck is like a boat line. But yeah, so here, this yarn, my husband had bought it for me over in Hobby Lobby long time ago. It was like on a clearance, and this is how it turned out. Not my colors exactly, but I would wear it, you know, just put a little tank cami underneath that, and you know, it's nice. I mean, yeah, so this one was actually pretty quick to crochet. And I may make some for the markets. I don't know yet. Or my website. We'll see. Okay, so we're back in the office because the lighting is horrible, you guys. It's been overcast and rainy. So the other room, the window is on the side of the house. And then there's a little window that... Anyways, it is just no light. There's no light in there. I turned on the lights and it just looked horrible. So we just came back to the office because there's a big window right here and there's more light here than there is over there. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I've been up to and what I've been making. So if you remember, or I don't know if you do, I don't know if I showed this, but I made this top and I put it on my website. It was actually a Frida top. And I wanted to show you the different designs. Okay, so this Frida top, and then remember I made this one out of my husband's t-shirt or work shirt, because he no longer used that he no longer used those work shirts. Words are hard for me. I had like 3 interviews, you guys, and I was trying to talk, and my words were just like, I was making up words. I was like, what the hell? But anyways, surprisingly enough, one of them did call me back for a second interview, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, my words were just twisted. I couldn't think, I couldn't talk. It was just weird. But anyway, here's that one in the blue. And these tops, you guys, are so comfy and they're loose. They're not like really fitted. And that you can actually dress them up or dress them down. So that's the one thing I like about them. And then here's this one. This was so we have 2 cotton fabrics, right? So these are both cotton fabrics. It's very structured with the cotton fabric. But then you do go onto a rayon fabric and look at the, see how blouse, you know, it's blousy. And this one, again, you can again style it to where you can dress it up or dress it down. You can wear them with slacks. But so this fabric I've had for like ages, you guys, like ages. And I didn't know what to make with it because it wasn't a lot of fabric, so I couldn't do like a dress, and I didn't know, you know, I didn't want to do like a blousey with buttons, and so I wanted something more casual. And so I thought, you know what if I made that top in that, with that you know, in made this top, right? See my words. So I decided to make this one, and I'm like so in love with it. Like I am so in love with it. I tried it on and it fits so well, and I cannot wait to wear it. Can't wear these tops right now because it's like, it says it's 40 some degrees, but it feels like it's 36 degrees or something like that. So it's pretty cold outside, and it's rainy and it's dark. And so, yeah, who wants to be outside? So this is what this looks like. And I kind of feel like this looks like, it gives me 90s vibes, you guys. It gives me 90s vibes because look at the florals. I think it was the 90s, right? It was a bunch of florals and stuff. But anyway, I am so happy that I made this because I am making a pair of shorts right now. And if I like the shorts, I'm going to make the pant version, and it has like the button fly. And I actually like the button flies better than the zipper flies. And so I'm almost done putting that one together. And then I have a few other different pants and shorts that I'm going to be making. And then I think I have a dress that I'm making too. I don't know. I've got a lot of things going on. My goal is, I have all of this fabric that we bought in France and Italy, and then just some here, you know, some I bought in California when I lived there. And I need to make something with that. I'm tired of carrying the fabrics along with me everywhere I go. And so I'm challenging myself to at least make, you know, minimum 3 items a month. I know that seems like really small. But the reason why I say that is because I've been interviewing, and I don't know if I'm going to have a job, a regular 9-to-5 job. And if that happens, then I'm not going to have all the time to be able to sew. So right now I'm sewing as much as I can. So right now I have a pair of shorts cut out, a button-up like vest. It's a short. You can wear them as separates, but so it's a shorts and linen shorts, and then I'm going to do the vest linen. So I'm making that, and then I'm making a pair of pants. I'm finishing up the shorts that I have. There's a skirt that I want to make. I want to make a denim button-up skirt. Imagine I can wear this with that. It will look so nice. And then there's a few other tops. Oh, I have a summer top cut out because I had some like baby blue linen, and it wasn't enough to do like shorts because I was going to do like some really nice pleated shorts, and it wasn't enough to do that. So I was like, okay, maybe I have enough to do a top. And then I remembered I had this one pattern, and so I cut out, I laid them out, I laid the pieces on the fabric, and it was perfect. It gave me just enough. I have like this much fabric left. So I cut that out. That's ready to sew, but that I can sew in like 5 minutes. So what I'm trying to do is just cut so many things out and then sew them all in like batch sewing, right? And so because I do have my serger, and I hate changing out the thread on the serger, I'm trying to do anything that has to do with, I think I have blue on there right now. So anything that has to do with blue, I want to get that sewn up. So probably the denim skirt, you know, I'll get that done. The pants. Also want to do denim shorts and some jeans. But I don't think I'm going to do the jeans soon. The jeans, I think I'm going to wait until I get the other things done, and then I'll make the jeans, because honestly, being 5 feet tall, it's number one, it's hard to find jeans. 2, who wants to pay almost $200 for a pair of jeans and then you don't like the way they fit? I think it's Lucky, and oh my gosh, I forgot the other brand that I like. I like the way that they fit. I just don't like straight legs. I don't want holes in them. I don't, you know, I don't want them semi-faded. I don't want, you know, I don't want high-waisted jeans or low-waist. I like the mid-rise jeans. And so I feel like I need to just make my own. There's one pair that I have from Ann Taylor that I bought like a few years ago. And I love the fit on those. And they're straight leg. But I want a darker color because it's a lighter denim and I want a darker denim. So I want to try to recreate those jeans. And so what I'm thinking of doing is that when I'm cutting out, I may trace out those jeans. Like I may make a pattern using those jeans because I love the way that they fit. And the mid-rise, it's not like your true mid-rise, your mid-rise. It's like, and it's not low, it's not too high, but it's not like, it's a little bit higher than a mid-rise, but it is a mid-rise. It's sold as, it's advertised as mid-rise, there we go. Anyways, so I'm gonna make those jeans and I'm probably gonna do some videos. So you're probably gonna see a lot of sewing content on the channel and maybe some tutorials. There are some bags that I wanna make and we're gonna get into that next. But so I just wanted to show you like that one pattern, how it can make different blouses depending on the fabric. So here's this blousey one that will look very you can, again, like business casual, right? You can casual this up or you can dress it up. So that's what I like about that. And then this one, you could do the same thing with this, right? You can dress it up with maybe slacks or, it just depends, like dark colored jeans and the accessories you put with it will look nice. So there's that one. And then this one I feel like is a more casual because it does have a pattern. It has this Frida pattern on there. I know it looks like, it's far away, it looks like a Christmas one, but they're actually roses. So if you could see, so this one is, or you know what, I had it listed on my website. I needed to make some updates as far as the sizing. So when you order it, but like the way that you would order this, let me grab my measuring tape. The way that you would order this top on my website or through anyone else, you guys that make handmade things, you have to go not on the size you buy in the store because it's different. So what you have to do is, like for this instance, this top is basically what is your chest size. So you have to take it and go to the fullest, right? Make sure that it's not twisted. Go to the fullest number and that's the size you're going to order because this is where it needs to fit, right? Some tops will go to the waist, but because this is some semi, not really cropped, but not long. So it kind of sits at your waist. Some of it will sit a little below your waist. I'm actually, when I'm done making all of the other garments, I will take photos and insert them so that you can see what that looks like. But these tops are just, I felt like I have a lot of fabric that I only needed a small amount, but I had to buy a ton of it to get it, like this one here. And some of it I had given to my granddaughter, and some, I made my younger daughter things with it. And so I thought, why don't I make whatever I can using this fabric. So this is going to be considered like a small medium. So if this will fit so if you take the measuring tape, and then if you do have like bigger biceps, you may want to measure that as well. And then I do have that measurement on my website, is where I do have the measurement of the biceps and the waist, just in case, it's different. But so again, you would go to the top here and then whatever number that is here. So for instance, this tells me it's like a 39, but I'm actually a 34D. So it's just your full bust or your full chest size. And then when you do your biceps, you want to do the same thing. You want to go ahead, if you have, because some people, we're all made differently. Some people have bigger arms, so you may want to go ahead and measure that out and then also measure your waist. But don't go by what you already, Don't go by the sizes of ready-made, you know, garments that you buy at the store, because it's completely different. And that was something I learned in sewing, because I literally thought, oh, I am a size 4, so let me trace out a size 4 in the pattern and make that garment. Well, a size 4 ends up being a size 0 almost. So that's, I mean, that's just an example. It's not real. But yeah, so that's what that is. And so I just kind of wanted to show you how the fabrics makes a difference when you're sewing. And you always want to, so if you're someone that does sew, pre-wash your fabric always. Even when, if you're like, I still pre-wash my fabrics when I make bowl cozies, when I do book covers, when I do any of those, because it shrinks. So if someone dirtied it and they threw it in the wash, it's going to shrink and it's not going to fit that book or that Kindle or that whatever iPad. So always pre-wash your fabric before you sew it. Also, always iron your fabric before cutting out, because what happens then is that say you're cutting out a 10 by 10, but you don't iron it and there's wrinkles there. And now you cut it, you iron it, and now you have one that is like a 9.5 and one that might be 12. So now they're not 10 by 10, and now you're wasting trying to get that together. So always iron your fabric before making any garments. I know you came for the recap. We're gonna get that. I'm gonna try to keep this video short. So I have all of this. This is all Tula Pink. All of this over here, let me just take this out because this is not Tula Pink. This is not Tula Pink. Oh, all of this, Tula Pink. All of it. So I'm thinking of making some things. Initially I was like, how cool will a bow cozy be in a Tula Pink fabric, right? And I mean, I have tons of Tula Pink. I love Tula Pink. I just love the vibrant of the colors and the designs. I like her personally. I don't know her, but I like her. She just seems authentic, you know, and I like people that don't change just because they have a brand deal or because they have a fabric line or anything like that. They just stay true to themselves. And that's what I like to watch. It's crazy, you guys. Today I saw, and it has nothing to do with sewing or business. It has to do with coincidence. I don't know. But earlier I saw 10:10. Then it was 11:11. Then it was 12:12. And then it was 1:11. Now it's 2:22. 2 o'clock, 2:22. And I'm like, what the world? Why am I seeing these numbers? Anyway, so there's that. And then I have made bookmarks that I just need to go and how cute is that, you guys? Like, now I just need to make some bookmarks and just laminate them. And they are, you guys, my bookmarks are both sides. So they're not just plain on one side. But I was thinking, like, you know, I would save a lot of ink and time if I just did that. So I may just do one side, and then the back will have my business information. Because right now, my logo is not on here or anything like that. And that's okay. Like, I don't really need it to be on there, because when I package it, they will have that information. And I felt like, you know what, why don't I not do double-sided anymore, because I can save on ink. So there's that. So just wanted to kind of show you what my thoughts were and what I'm thinking of doing. I am going to do some crochet things, like the top that I just showed you. I literally can make that in like this. And if I have the yarn, I'm thinking of making some and then adding those to my website as well, because they'll already be done, right? They'll be garments. Like, that's something that people are, you know, most likely to buy things that they can use than not, right? What they can wear than not. So I mean, I know everything that I make, like I do embroidered t-shirts and sweatshirts, you can still wear that. But then who always, I mean, I'm not saying that there's not people out there that like to wear t-shirts every single day or like to have a collection of t-shirts or anything like that. But there are. I just feel like, you know, I want to introduce different items to my shop since I know how to do these things. Basically is what I'm trying to say. So I think that either I'm going to do some, you know, I was thinking of maybe even doing a quilt with this set right here. Because I think are 1 or 2 yards each. So each color is that. And either I do a quilt, which I think would be interesting to have this as a quilt because of the colors. I may do that, you guys. I may do that. And then I still have all of these, this whole basket full of, these ones have a half a yard to a yard of different things. Like, look at the bird one. I mean, is that cute or what? Maybe doing a book cover with this, maybe 2 or 3 if I can get that out of this, you know. So, I mean, look at this one. Well, this one's really pretty too. Well, let's look at this way. So I have some really cute design. I have a lot of this left. I actually made a bag, a carry-on luggage with this one here, and it had blue faux leather. So it had like the blue faux leather. This was the main. I actually quilted it and made it the body of the bag, and I took it to France with me. But I didn't like that bag particularly, that pattern, because so it's supposed to have, it was supposed to have like a, I donated the bag, so I don't have it anymore. But the bottom piece was all, it was the faux leather, and you zip it and you can put your shoes in there. And then the other part was the body of the bag where you could put stuff. I didn't feel like it was big enough for me to keep it as a carry-on, especially if I'm going like to France or Italy or wherever I might be going next. So I feel like I might redo this because I love this. I know, you know, and the thing is I no longer have my industrial sewing machine, which is easy to make those types of bags because it goes through all of the fabric. Yeah, I can make it with my little domestic machine, but I don't want to break her. She's the only machine I have. And let's talk about machines. I do want to buy a new one. There's one that I have. It's a Janome that I've been eyeing. And I was just talking to my husband about this, and I said, I think I need to get this machine before the tariffs kick in on these machines, and then I cannot get it because it's going to be increased in price. Not that I can't get it, but why pay more when I can pay less now? And so I think I might do that. I might just put it on my credit card and hope for the best. So the machine I have now, the Baby Lock, is a good machine. She's small and she's mighty, but she's all plastic. And the Janome machine that I'm looking at is all metal. And I'm like, I love that. And it has a bigger throat space to work. Because the one that I have right now she's bitty, she's small, and there's not enough throat space to work. I won't get rid of her. I will keep her as my backup, but I'm thinking I might buy a Janome. I see a lot of good reviews on them. I don't want to buy a Juki because I had a Juki and I had the industrial one, and I want to wait. So well, let's get into that some other time. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about recap on the show. So the show was the end of March, and I was excited about it. It was in Salem. It was only an hour away. It was 2 days. I paid $425 for a corner booth, a 10 by 10 corner booth. That's a cute little dog. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by a dog. Kind of looks like a Boston Terrier that my daughter had. I don't know, I can't tell what it is. Anyways, so so I paid $425 for a 10 by 10 booth, and we were told, everyone that I talked to were told that there was going to be like over 9,000 people that come to this. So, we're hyped up, let me make that money, right? Well, so we set up on Friday night or Friday afternoon, and it was, we got it all done. We were ready for Saturday morning. We didn't have to rush over there or have, a long drive. It was just an hour. Actually, it was less than an hour because there was no traffic. And so Saturday comes, and where's the people? Yeah, sure, there was some people, but not over 9,000, not even over 900, not even over 90. Like, come on now. I felt really bad for a lot of the vendors because they didn't make any money. None. Zero. So they lost money. Now, I lost money too, but I didn't lose that much money. They like literally left hours, like with probably about 1 p.m. they left on Saturday. Most of them left on Saturday. And I had contemplated of, should I come back? And then I thought, well, we had gone, so Friday we took 2 cars to, you know, go and set up. And then Saturday we went in 1 car, so that way we didn't have to, you know, take both cars. But I had thought about it, and then I'm like, well, we only have the 1 car, so it makes no sense. And we've already paid. We don't ever know. Maybe, you know, Sunday would be better, even though most times it's not. But you never know. You just need that one shopper that will buy, right? So Sunday came, well, Saturday I made some sales. Sunday came along. I probably made like over $200 on Saturday, or about $200 on Saturday. And then Sunday came along, and same thing. It was maybe 20 people, you guys. I'm not even exaggerating. I will never do an event with this planner again. Yeah, I mean, as far as organization, you could find your booth easily and do all that. But like, there was one man just walking around. You know, I asked him when I got there, do I need to check in with you? He's like, no, just find your booth and set up. Okay, that's what I did. Then when I told him that, then I was like, wait, I need parking passes and I need my band to be able to get in. And then he's like, oh yeah, let me give that to you. But that wasn't like until Saturday. On Friday, he didn't even say that. On Saturday, if I had not remembered, I just hurt my finger, you guys, and it hurts. Anyway, on Saturday morning, had I not remembered, I don't know what would have happened, right? But so Saturday we get there, we made some sales. Sunday we show up. I told my husband, you know what? I've already paid $425 for this booth. I want to see how much money I can make. You know, we're only there from 10 to 4, I think it was, on Sunday. Not that long, right? I was like, why not? Or 10 to 3. I don't know, something like that. And I was like, why not? I mean, what do we have to lose? Nothing. Let's just go. So we show up on Sunday, and I made some sales. Now, remind you, my booth was $425, and with that amount of money that you're paying for a booth, you would expect to make 10 times that, right? Or 5 times that. Oh, that is a little Boston Terrier. He's right back around. Anyways, so we didn't make that. You know, we were shy of $100. So almost the booth, but not really. We didn't make a profit, but we made some money. So I was happy about that. Mostly t-shirts and sweatshirts sold. 4 bowl cozies sold. Cup cozy, a snack pack. What else sold? Oh, a small little octo, mushroom guy. Like, not a whole lot of things, but if they had not bought the t-shirts and the sweatshirts, I probably would have been less than $100, or about $100, maybe. But yeah, so no, I didn't make a profit. I will not do an event. And I actually made a deposit before I even knew all this, right? Back in the end of the year of 2024, before I moved here, I made a deposit to secure a spot in November. Now, had I known that, I honestly don't feel like they did their marketing right or did it at all, because there was hardly any people there. And from what I've been talking to the other vendors, they said that person, or I'm just going to call them the event planner, the event planners were new to the industry, and last year was the same thing. So the last year, this was their second year, and they were just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were new, but they said that they go through a different vendor or market planner at that same location, and they have both buildings and they make the money. So they told me who that was, and it's literally on my phone, so I'm gonna have to look them up. But well, I did look them up, and I cannot apply to their November market until the 15th of this month. Is it the 15th of this month? Yeah, I think the 15th of this month, or July, one of the two. And then I can apply because I'm a new vendor. Now, existing vendors I think can apply sooner, but I'm a new vendor to them, so I have to wait. And I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed. I actually even did like a reminder on that date to sign up because I want to sign up for that event. But I literally don't have anything from now. I don't have anything else. That was the only one. Like I said, I signed up to a lot of events, but I got waitlisted because there's too many people doing the same thing is from what they told me. So what am I supposed to do? So that's why I'm like, well, let me figure out something different. That's not what everybody has, that I could still make decent money off of. And that is why I made these tops, because I thought, okay, I'm actually going to make some more. So because I had, like, when I went to France, I literally had to buy like 4 yards. I mean, it was good pricing to only get 1 yard or 2 yards that I needed. So I'm going to have extra fabric. And that was why I made the, number one, they're easy, right? They're not just easy, but they're not going to take a lot of time. So I won't waste a lot of time making them. But they're like, they could fit you because they just pull over your head. There's no zippers, there's no buttons, there's nothing like that. So sizing should be good. So as you can see, they're kind of like not really cropped, but it does come down to your like natural waist, I want to say. It does like go like, so where you would button your pants, like the waistband, it does go past that. So it's not high, it's not a true cropped, but it's not a long top. So that was why I thought of making those. And then I actually have I'm going to actually make some fun ones for people that like to dress very creative and express themselves. And I can't wait to do a tutorial on that. So that's something that I'm going to bring to the channel. Now, I was thinking of doing a separate channel just for sewing related content, but it is part of my business because I am offering these for sale. Like I said, I did a reel on the Frida one. I did a reel on this one. So, and I also did a YouTube short. This is, again, it's going to be listed on my website. I just needed to add some different sizes because I do have a big size range. And so I don't want to make, I'm going to make one and then I'm going to save the rest of the fabric for, because they are going, this one is actually ready to be shipped. And again, it takes me less than an hour to sew this up, you guys. So made to order, it would still be shipped out that same day, if not the next day. So I tried to turn around fast. Anyways, I'm getting off track and it's 30 minutes of me just yapping here. But so now I'm not going to do that event anymore. I didn't make any money. And then the thing happened, you guys. It happened. Blood everywhere. Oh my gosh, blood was everywhere. I can't even believe this happened. I don't even know how it happened, but it happened. So we're loading up my car. Okay, I moved my SUV closer to the doors because it started raining. I opened up the back gate, right, the trunk opening, and we're loading it. And I go to the side of my car and I'm like, open the back door, and I'm organizing the containers in the back so that way we can, put everything in there the way that I had it, so that it's not stacked up and I can't see. And then I was putting my raincoat on. Okay, I was putting my raincoat on. I closed the back door. I'm walking towards the back to tell my husband that I'm gonna leave the car there, but I was going to turn it because I had left it on. So I was like, I'm going to turn it off, leave the car here. Let's go get the rest of the stuff and load your car. So if you want to move it here, you know, leave my car here. I'll move it when we are done, so that, because it literally backed up. Like, this is the door and this is the back of the car. So we could just literally put it in. And he has an SUV too. So I was like, well, you know, I'll just leave it here until we go get the rest of the stuff, which Sunday, we already had started loading some of the things because we were like, well, let's just downsize the booth and put the things that we're not selling in the car. So that's what we already had started doing. So we didn't have a whole lot to load up on Sunday. But so I go walk towards the back of the car, right? And I'm talking to my husband. Now, mind you, I'm 5 feet tall. My husband is 6'5", so he's a tall guy. I'm putting the rain hood on because I didn't want to get wet. And so I putting the rain hood on and I went like this so I can't see, right? Because the hood is pretty big and I was adjusting it so that I can see. So I'm like looking down, doing this number. Why does my husband push the button to the hood or to the trunk and the thing comes down and knocks me in the head? And I have a mark. You probably can't see it. It's right here. Wait, where is it at? Right here. And it was this big. So about what, 2 inches or so? Let me see. Yeah, it was about 2 inches, you guys, like that big. Oh yeah, on my head. Blood pouring. At first I thought it was fine, right? I'm like, oh my God, why did you do that? And then when I moved my hand, because I guess I was pressing the pressure, so there was no blood coming, like dripping down. But once I moved my hand, all this blood just started coming out and it was all over my hand. And I was like, okay, calm down, calm down. Just, so we had like nothing to like, so I'm holding my head and he goes and he gets all these napkins too so I can compress my head so they can stop bleeding. And so we were putting that, I got like a wet one and just kind of like, just to kind of, I don't know, to wipe it down, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know why we got a wet one, but we did. So I'm putting it on my head like this, and then so we're sitting for a while. He finishes loading his car. I'm sitting in my car because I'm like, I am not gonna work like this. Like I'm gonna die if I bleed out a lot. So I'm trying to like hold my head so it can stop bleeding. It stopped bleeding, and then we came home. I drove like that, you guys. My husband's like, no, let's leave my car. Let's just go. I'll drive your car. We'll go home. We'll come back tomorrow for my car. I'm like, no, we can't leave your car here. We don't know if we can, and you know, all of those things. And so I was like, look, I'm good. I'm good. I can function. If I feel like I can't, I'll just pull over. So I drove home. And that was about an hour because it was raining and there was traffic. I think there was an accident. So because we detoured. And I'm glad that we detoured because we got off the freeway and went back on the back road. And I felt better driving on the back road than the freeway because I didn't really have to pay. I just went straight, right? So anyway, we get home and then I'm like looking at it and I'm like, well, I don't think it's deep. And he's like, we should go to urgent care. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's deep. Like, it's fine. Like, you know, if it starts bleeding again, then I'll go. So I start looking up, you know, when you should go to urgent care and whatever. And it's not deep enough. Like it stopped bleeding. I didn't feel out of sorts, or now my hair's on my stuff. I didn't feel, you know, lightheaded or anything like that. I just felt like I had a bruise. I had like a purple bruise all this right here because it's literally right here. Right here. This is how close it is to me. So, anyways, didn't feel like I needed to go. I didn't go. But it did say, I did call, right? I did call and I said, okay, so I hit my head. They asked me all these questions and then they said, well, if you feel lightheaded or you feel like a little, like you don't remember things and whatever, then you should go. But if it's not bleeding and it doesn't feel deep, if you don't see your, like inside of your head, then you're okay. But don't shower for like, you know, 24 to 48 hours. Don't wash your head, your hair. And I said, okay. So I didn't do that. I didn't wash my hair. So I had dry blood all in my hair, all over the place, like, because it went like this, right? So I had dry blood all over, and all I did was just like kept it up and pulled back and just kind of like opened that spot open, like, you know, keep hair, try to keep, like I did a part, right, and then kept the hair back so it could dry out. And then you guys, so that was Sunday, and I was supposed to go to an in-person interview on Tuesday. I couldn't go. Number one, couldn't wash my hair. I had this big gash of blood just here, dry blood in my hair. Imagine if I showed up to an interview like that. It was an in-person interview, not a Skype interview or a Teams interview. So I was like, I can't go. So I messaged them, let them know what happened. And so they rescheduled it for a Teams meeting on, it was this past Friday. And so I did that. And I was able, by then I was able to wash my hair and I just kind of like hide it, camouflage it, because it was a mess. It was just a mess because, yeah. Anyways, so that's done. That's done and over with. I mean, it's actually this, I guess, what is it called? Like when it dries up, it's already coming off, like it's peeling. And I do feel like a small little indentation, like a small one here in the front, but not here. Like it doesn't feel so deep on this side, just like up here it does. But it feels like, I mean, it's already, the dry blood's already coming out of my hair. The scab, I guess, is a scab. So now it's like coming off. So that's good. But anyways, that was my event. That was my whole situation on Sunday. And I will not be doing those events with that particular event planner anymore. I don't feel like they market very well. And yeah. And my husband even asked them for help because I was bleeding, you know, and he was like, what do I do? Like, just give me napkins, just give me napkins. And he asked them like if they had like a first aid kit. They didn't have a first aid kit. They didn't have anything. So he was just grabbing the napkins from the bathroom and bringing it to me so that I could put it on my head. And so now I'm just going to create a little bag, you guys, and maybe that's what you should do too, is have, I mean, because I do have like bandages, but you can't put a band-aid in your head. So I'm going to have like, you know, like not toilet paper, paper towels or something, or what is that called? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what it's called. It's on my head, but it's not coming out. The word's not coming out. Anyway, I'm just going to have a lot of things that have to do with head injuries, burns, all of that, because I did burn my finger, you guys, on the iron. But anyways, yeah, it was a whole situation. But we're here, we're good, nothing happened. And note to self to never do that event with that event planner. So I feel like if you are, I mean, the thing is too, that event planner, when they were looking for vendors, it was like, you would think that they were popping, right? Like they had, like they were going to bring you the customers, but no, that's not the case. That was not the case. So here I am with no markets. So I was thinking of doing some, like I said, in Washington, but I can't leave the animals. And if I do some in California, I can't take the animals anyway, but I can go by myself and then just maybe do like things like this. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what are the products I can bring and make, so that those were the only things that I take, that I don't have to take a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of totes like I do now. So we'll see. I'm still trying to play around with the idea, but I still need a regular 9 to 5 right now. My business is not like, I mean, I get a lot of visitors to my website, people adding things to the cart, but they never check out. I don't know why. The shipping works. It's not that expensive. I don't know why they're not buying. So there's that. But I do get a lot of people come to my site. They visit my website and add things to the cart, and that's it. So far this year, I've only had 2 customers online. And that's online. That's not like in person. So anyways, we're gonna figure this out. I had an idea, but it is already 40 minutes of me yapping. Let me just shut up now, and I'm gonna make a separate video, and we're gonna talk about different things, business related, sewing related, because sewing ties into business. So I'm not gonna do a separate channel. I was thinking about that. That's what I was saying earlier. I was thinking about making a separate channel for just sewing, but because I am making things to also make for the business, I might as well just keep it here. This channel was originally a sewing channel. I'll just title it sewing/business or sewing tutorial, so you know, so you'll know what that is, and if that's something that interests you, then you could just hang out with me. So don't forget to hit that little like button, subscribe below, comment below, let me know what your thoughts are.